Hello friends and welcome back to Generation Pixel, and today, well, you're going to get a threefer. That's right, 3 videos for the price of 1. And why? Because I've got 3 topics that I want to cover. Firstly, I'd like to do a sort of short channel update because there's a few things I'd like to mention. And secondly, well, there's a couple of VRs floating about that I really need to get my teeth stuck into. So if you're looking forward to seeing both the channel update and the VR, just hang on tight, they'll be straight up after these titles. So my friends, the first thing that I want to obviously deal with is the channel update, and the channel update comes in the form of a great big thank you so very much for 2 specific reasons. One, in case you didn't notice, for some reason I was nominated and chosen to be YouTuber of the Month for April 2021. A fact that totally blew my mind at the time when I was nominated, and even more so when the community came together to vote this little channel as YouTuber of the Month. Now, hand in hand in that, the channel has managed to grow quite dramatically, or at least dramatically by any standards I set for myself. You see, in this short couple of months the channel has managed to double in size when it comes to subscriptions. And if you're one of my earlier subscribers, you'll know that when I reached the 100 mark, I put out a call asking for a question and answer session. In other words, you send me questions and I answer them. Well, to celebrate not only winning YouTuber of the Month, but also reaching 200 subscribers, or over 200 subscribers now, which quite honestly blows my mind, and thank you again so much. But I'd like to ask again for a question and answer session. Now, there's 2 ways to do it this time. If of course you don't have your own channel and you're just one of my regular subscribers who for some reason enjoys watching the content I put out, then please put down in the comments the question that you'd like me to answer, and to be honest with you, I will try and answer as many as possible. And if you don't want to leave it in the comments, I'll put up details for both Facebook and Twitter so you can contact the channel that way. And secondly, I'm going to give you the opportunity to film your question and send it to me, and I can answer it that way. Now, I have reached out to a couple of content creators in the community and they seem quite happy to go this route, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that brings. Well, that's enough for the channel update, because all I really wanted to do was thank you so very much for all the support that has been shown to the channel over these past few months. And of course, ask you for the questions for my upcoming question and answer session. But, as I said, this is a threefer, so let's get ready to move on to topic number 2. Now, topic number 2 is a video response to Yorkshire lad who put out the incredible question, and one, to be fair, we've all asked ourselves over the years: if money was no object and space was no object, what would you collect for? Now, like I've said, this is an easy question to answer. Well, it is for someone of my age, because I've had a lot of time to think about what I would do with unlimited resources. So, my answer to Yorkshire lad is quite simply this. Firstly, I would get the complete ZX Spectrum collection, and I'm talking about every different variant of the machine that was released, from the 16K rubber keys back in 1982 all the way through to the Plus 3 with its kind of almost decent disk drive. And of course, along with that, every single title that was released for the ZX Spectrum. Now, of course, with all this unlimited wealth and unlimited space, there's no way I'm going to stop at just the ZX Spectrum collection. No, I'm going to move a little bit forward in time, and I'm going to build for myself the ultimate 486 IBM compatible PC. And with that, I'm going to have every single big box title that was ever released between 1980 and 1995. Now, you may be asking yourself, why are you stopping at 1995? Well, that's simple, because when it got to 1995, the IBM PC sort of faded out of existence for me at that time, because I was introduced to the next system that I would collect completely for, and that is the Sony PlayStation. And yes, just exactly the same as the ZX Spectrum, I would want every single variant of the Sony PlayStation console. Now, there wasn't a great deal of variants, but here's a few just to have a look at. And of course, on top of that, every single game that was released, both in PAL regions and NTSC regions, because let's face it, unfortunately here in Europe we didn't quite get all the great games. So of course I'm going to want to absorb all those wonderful North American games into my Supreme Collection. And for the fourth system that I'd collect for completely, well again that's another simple answer for me, and that's the PlayStation 2. And again I'm going to have every single variant of the console itself and every game released both in PAL and NTSC regions. Because people, why is it so hard to release the same game all over the world? I don't know. But let's face it, if it's left in the hands of the likes of Jim Ryan, we probably won't have any games at all. Because all he's interested in doing is selling new consoles. Now the fifth and final system that I would want in completion, totally, every variation of the console and every game on the system is a system that I don't have. And it's the newest system on my list, and that's the Nintendo Switch. Now before you get at me, no, I don't have a Switch yet, and yes, I do plan to get one in the future, but at the moment all I'm going to do is add it to my wish list for every single variant of console and every single game released in all regions. So there you have it, 5 systems that I would buy everything for if I had the money. Now most people have chosen 5 different consoles to buy for, or 5 different systems to buy for in completion for this particular VR. But I'm going to throw in, let's say, an honourable mention, because something else that I would love would be a 1980s arcade room. But even I dread to think the size that that place would have to be. So there you have the 5 systems that I would buy in completion if I had the money and the space, and of course my honourable mention. So let's move on to part number 3, and this one is a VR to 8BitBoyUK, who has put out so many community challenges I don't think I could even count them all, but there is one in particular that I do fancy taking on, and that is playing California games on the Master System Footsack. And as usual with all these challenges, I will of course be recording the gameplay, so hold on tight and let's see how well I can do in Footsack. So here we go folks, we're going to be playing California games on the Master System, 8BitBoyUK's challenge to get a high score on the Footsack. Now if I recall rightly, because I didn't have a Master System back in the day, I had the Mega Drive was my first Sega console. Well, it wasn't called Footsack, I think it was called Hacky Sack. I'm fairly positive Hacky Sack definitely resonates with me. Now, name. Oh. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I hate an alphabetical layout when it comes to these on-screen keyboards. I think I'm so used to using a real keyboard that this just seems wrong. Anyway, enough of the chitter chatter. And sponsor, oh yeah, who will it be? Let's see, OP. Yeah, Ocean Pacific, I'm sure I went them back in the day as well. Right, so Pixel, Ocean Pacific, 1 player, and we're going to compete in the Footbag or Hacky Sack. Amend as you will. So, I think I'm going to have a practice round first because it's been a long time since I've played this, and here goes nothing. Right, what would do we have? Right, we'll get jump and kick, good. Right, oh that's a good start. No, I'm definitely glad I'm taking a practice run. Now if I remember rightly we can also turn as well, yeah. Cool, we can turn. And yeah, got the jump. Can I, oh I done a jump and a turn. Can I do that again? No. Right, come on. That's it, turn and oh right, come on, let's do this. Turn and trick and turn and I don't know, maybe I should stop talking because obviously, whoa! Right, let's, is that a good trick? Oh, that's a good trick. Right, the seagulls as well, if I recall rightly, you can hit them with the ball. Well, if you can get the ball, that is. Right, up high, turn. No, turn. Come on! Oh there, we've got a full axle, that'll do. And 4,860. Okay, practice run, total score. Oh well, the total score's 19,860 because I've done what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tricks, so that's not too bad. Now that was the practice run. Suppose we need to go into the main event. Oh, not looking forward to this fight. Come on, we can do it. We can do this, Pixel. Put back. Right. Let's just start with something. Well, something nice and easy would be a start. If I could actually just kick the sack. There we go. Right, get into a rhythm. No, a rhythm. One. Right. You can see me put my game face on soon. Oh, come on. I'm pressing the button at the exact same time. My reflexes are obviously an old man's reflexes. Well, at least there's a jester. Oh, I should have hit that seagull there. Come on. Oh, I'm burning time here. Oh, horseshoes. That's good. Oh, I think I need a 5 in a row. A jester won't help because it fires. It's just unfair, that jester thing. It just fires it away to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! Well, at least I got my 5 in a row. Oh, and it didn't let me in. But 8,000 now, that score's higher than my practice run. But I've only done 3 tricks, and that means 14,630, so you know what, let's just rewind time, go back to that practice round and take the 19,000 score. So thank you very much for this challenge, but I'm going to play some more of this and just send you back to the studio. So there you go, folks, 3 videos for the price of 1. Now you can't complain at that. Anyway, thank you again for all the support that you guys out there have shown the channel. And if you've got a question for the Q&A, as I said, if you don't want to send a video my way, then just pop down in the comments, jump over to Facebook or Twitter and post a question there. I'll be more than happy to answer every question I get. Well, depending on how many I get, I suppose. And of course, a big thanks to everyone out there in the community who posts these community challenges and questions, because let's face it, this whole YouTube thing, there's nothing better than the community that it garners. So, thank you again for watching, thank you again for subscribing, and thank you again for liking this video, because I know you will. And until next time, cheerio!